Oh boy, where to start? Yeah, how to pay. Well, I know that a lot of people seem to have a lot of trouble trying to figure out how in the heck they're supposed to pay for their goods when they're at a store. Because there's so many different types of payment methods now. There's checks, there's debit cards, there's credit cards, there's tap to pay, there's slide your card, there's Walmart Pay, there's Apple Pay, there's Google Pay, there's cash. I mean, like, what next? Bottle caps? Yeah, so like, this is what that's about. And I've seen some of the most insane ways people try to figure out how to pay for their goods depending on the store, because everywhere is different. Most places take tap to pay. It's pretty much a common thing. But there's one particular store you would think that would have jumped on tap to pay before anybody else, but they didn't. They want to force everyone to use the stupid archaic version that they have. And that store is Walmart. Walmart does not have tap to pay. They have their own thing called Walmart Pay. Because why not? I mean, it's like with all these streaming services. It's like you have Netflix and then all of a sudden Disney's, oh, whoa, we need to have our own too. We'll call it Disney Plus. And then everybody calls theirs something plus, like Paramount Plus. But that's a story for another time. This is about ways to pay. So with Walmart, people get so confused all the time about coming into a store and then finding out they can't pay for their stuff because they don't have Walmart Pay and they don't have tap to pay. They leave their credit cards and wallet in the car. And I was surprised that actually hasn't been an influx of car break-ins now because of people leaving their wallets and their credit cards in the car because everything is stored on their phone. You know, I'm one of those kinds of people who still carries around debit cards. I don't carry cash. I don't have my stuff loaded onto my phone. I just use my debit cards. I've never used a check. Checks kind of went out of fashion by the time I graduated high school, so I never had to use one. I've never even written one. Well, I take that back. I would take in a home ec class in high school that kind of like showed us how to write checks, but I never used one ever in my life because it just wasn't, you know, part of my generation, you know, because I'd mentioned that millennial, and it just wasn't a thing. So I just use, you know, my debit cards, and I use like tap to pay sometimes on my card, but when it comes to Walmart, I don't know. You know, it's a whole different animal. And people are like, I can't figure out how to pay. Do you guys not have tap to pay? And I've seen people like literally walk up and like put their Apple Watches up on the payment thing, and they're like, why isn't this working? I'm all like, because it doesn't have tap. Walmart had to be unique and come up with their own bulk wrap, you know, to force people to use that. So the Walmart Pay thing, like, it's in the app. You have to get a Walmart app, and you have to scan a QR code. And I'm like, why are we scanning QR codes to pay for our goods? I mean, that's usually used to like link you to a website or a Rickroll video, because yeah, that sometimes happens as well. But yeah, you know, I mean, people get really confused, and then when it comes to like trying to insert cash into the payment receptor, whatever you want to call it, you know, especially at Walmart, I've seen people try to put their money in some of the weirdest places. I've seen people try to insert cash into the card reader keypad machine. I've seen them try to insert cash into the receipt dispenser. I've even seen them try to stick cash into the space in between the countertop and the lower part of the cash register, is where it's just metal part that's like the metal plate part that's on top of the plastic cabinet of the register, where it doesn't go anywhere. It's just, you know, a cosmetic, you know, seam. And I've seen people try to put cash into that. And like the weirdest thing too is like when they do finally figure out the part where you're supposed to put the cash, you know, he's using these green blinking arrows that's just below a diagram of some dollar bills that says notes on it. And they try to stick their money in the lower slot underneath the blinking lights and not on top of it. I mean, I don't know if these people have ever used a vending machine before or a slot machine, but usually when you see the flashing green lights, you put the money on top of that and it pulls it in. And I'm not, you know, trying to make fun of anybody or anything like that, but it's all ages. It doesn't matter who the heck they are. I've seen young people do it. I've seen older people do it. It's just amusing to watch. And yeah, I think there was even like one time where I saw someone come in and actually try to stick their money into the coupon drop box as well too. So yeah, there's that. I really question, you know, society and where we're going as humanity and stuff like that. And I've said this so many times that we're not getting the Star Trek future. Have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy? We're getting the Idiocracy future. Yeah. That's where we're headed. We're not going to end up being this, spacefaring civilization, with like faster than light travel. No, we're going to be stuck on this planet, continuing to dumb down society. That's where it's going. But yeah, so that's my video about how to pay. And I know it was a little bit shorter than like most of my other videos and stuff like that, but I guess that's all I have to say about that. And when you're in Walmart, you're paying in cash. Remember, the money goes on top of the flashing lights. And bring your wallet and your credit cards and your cash when you come inside, because there's no tap to pay at Walmart stores. And I don't know if Walmart is ever going to have that. It baffles me, It's the Walton family has $500 million and they can't update their equipment to be with modern times. Interesting that. Anyways. All right. Oh, let's see you around. Have a good one. If you like what I draw here and you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later. It's free. And then if you want to drop me some fan art, there is a Discord link that you can drop the fan art into the fan art channel of the Discord. Alrighty. And there you go. I'll see you around. Thank you and bye.